Bounty hunting is a complicated profession. Don't you agree?
Get that off.
There goes my ears.
Yep.
What is up, everybody?
We back.
It's your boy. It's Konkon. And sitting across from me, as always, the PR man himself, Jay Breezy.
I don't know if I can say I'm the PR man.
Yeah, I'm kind of the PR man now.
I don't know. Well, no, I have talked to Timothy Zahn.
You have talked to Timothy Zahn, so yeah, let's get that out.
But
double facts.
I would like to start this episode off with a full apology.
Oh, okay.
I was bullied into making some statements. Hashtag me too. I was across the table from two very... I don't know if you've ever looked into the eyes of Connor, but he doesn't let you express your own opinion. You have to express his opinion. He wanted something on the show. Look at that. Look at that face.
Yeah, I'm super intimidated right now.
I was told I have to come up with a really good cameo. I have to make this good and gripping. So I came up with this. Sam Witwer was in episode or chapter 9. Was not true. I lied. I also was pressured into it because I was told that you have to sell it. And I'm nothing if not a man of my word. And I will sell it when I said that it's in the credits. It was not in the credits.
It was not in the credits. I think that was the best thing is we were talking afterward. and you were like, look, I really thought it was Sam. But when I found out it wasn't, I just had to make up the credit thing. And you were like, full send. I could be right. And if I am, just full lean into it.
Hashtag me too. Connor said to do this.
I didn't say to do anything. And our returning guest.
It's Roberto. You can look me up at Roberto Carmona1 at Instagram.
Guys, Mandalorian Season 2, Chapter 10.
It was good.
Spoiler warning, of course, for anything Star Wars, pretty much. And
yeah,
Mandalorian.
We're going to get into a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so this is the full recap. Housekeeping, of course, guys. Konkon's Cantina YouTube.com/Konkon's Cantina. Facebook.com/Konkon's Cantina. Instagram at Konkon's Cantina. And if you would like to work with us and this podcast, please email us at konkonscantina@gmail.com.
And don't forget our Discord.
Yes. Discord has been popping lately.
Yes, it has.
Yeah, we got together. We played Battlefront the other night.
Rip
Super fun.
To me being asleep.
Yes, you being asleep and you playing on PC now, which I'll be joining you soon.
Played nothing but Destiny 2.
I pretty much decided that I'm just going to wait till Black Friday to build my PC, because why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, might as well
Especially
wait.
the new AMD card has got me thrown from the 3070 that I was going to buy. Mm-hmm. This is going to be a whole nother tangent, but...
And Facebook group. Thank you, guys. We very much appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
How you can support this podcast, please like and share. Mostly we are discovered via word of mouth. Send it to a friend. Send our clips. Like our Instagram posts. Send it to somebody.
Spam it.
Yeah, if you like what you're hearing, the 5-star reviews on wherever you find podcasts, the liking on YouTube, all that stuff really, really helps. I mean, the algorithm.
The Apple Podcast reviews have been fire lately.
All right, so are we going to read it?
Yes.
Okay, let me read it.
So if you guys remember, our last year we went to an amazing art show.
Rip.
Yeah, pre-COVID. We went to an amazing art show at Hourglass Brewery.
Yes.
And we interviewed two awesome cosplayers. One was in a full-on legitimate Boba Fett, minus the jetpack, which he did have, but he just didn't bring because there's too many people around.
Yep.
The other was the perfect Obi-Wan.
Yes.
The beard, the hair coiffed.
You have pictures of this?
Yeah, we have.
They're on the Instagram,
okay,
yeah.
Okay.
And Mr. At
Austin.
Salabash,
Yep,
Austin,
Mm-hmm.
has stayed listening to the show, and he says he loves our faces. He doesn't want to slap them at all.
All right, here it goes. 5-star review. So thank you, Austin. First of all, hello. I do enjoy the show. I have tuned in once a week for the past couple of months, and I still plan on listening to every single post. Yes. That being said, every episode I've listened to...
We're doing it, Peter!
I have had the strongest urge to slap Konkon and Jay Breezy and other guest/hosts. And sometimes I want to slap all of you multiple occasions during a single episode.
Acceptable.
Well, I hope I can change that.
I don't disagree.
I like it.
We all agree on a lot of things, but there's one thing we seriously disagree on. Season 1, episode 6 is one of my favorite, and I couldn't let it slide. I will even go as far to say that we needed more episodes like that one. Mm-hmm. I could go on explaining, but it will run out of characteristics soon. Happy that the Patreon has taken off and it is going well. Looking forward to the next few weeks of episodes, even if there will be moments when I want to slap you in the face. P.S. Don't take this too seriously. I mean, the urge to slap you is real, but I would never act upon this. And when we all have the right, to our own opinions. And if I had a Star Wars podcast, I'm sure you would want to slap me as well.
This is quite possibly my favorite review ever.
It's the best review ever. Austin, we very much appreciate it.
Such a slap in the face.
Dude, cheeks up.
Yeah, we sent him
full slap.
We sent him a message, and it's so cool because it's like what you said. He really gets the idea that we're bringing to the podcast. The friends drink Star Wars. Of course, you'd slap your friend.
Yeah, you slap your friend. You abuse the people you love the most. That's common knowledge.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I abuse my wife physically.
We love you, Liz, and we know you don't listen, so too easy, guys. Patreon. We do have a Patreon now. The $3 tier is what gives you access to the Konkon's Cantina listening post, which you will hear at the end of every episode. Yes, and you do get a care package. We do have some more stuff coming to the Patreons. We're adding merch stuff.
We're adding a lot to our Patreon members. Patreon?
Patrons.
Our patrons,
the Patinos.
Our patron Oswald members will get a lot of things. We're figuring out new stuff.
Yep.
We got merch for the show specifically on the way that Patreon subscribers, our patrons, still don't know which one to do.
Pantinos.
Whichever those guys.
Yeah, those people.
They are going to get
to it.
Massive discounts.
Yes, thank
massive
you.
Discounts on Eddie. I'm lost.
We are also doing a YouTube giveaway right now. So go to YouTube.
Yes.
We have a YouTube giveaway. It is it's for a toy. It's a Empire Strikes Back edition collectible. All you have to do is comment giveaway. Please like and subscribe. That would be amazing. Also,
super easy.
We're waiting to hit 100 subscribers. That's the
that's
trigger.
That's the giveaway. We will be picking somebody from the comments off that video specifically. Kill Key Factory, of course. If you would like to add some amazing bling, or you would just simply like to collect things that are Star Wars based, head over to Kill Key Factory. Use coupon code KKC2020 2020 KKC2020 all the way till the end of the year, and you will get free shipping on your order.
Just 2Ks.
Just 2Ks. Yeah. Thank you. The agenda of this episode is we will, of course, be doing our special segment, which Justin has worked frivolously on. We are going to be Star Wars trivia and
don't let my job know, because I spent at least 2.5 hours of paid time doing that.
Patreon picked this week's special segment, so this is special. So we put it to the Patreon. We gave them some ideas of what we want to do for a special segment, and they picked Star Wars trivia. Of course, then we will be getting into our Mando recap. We will be talking about news, if there is any, which I don't think we've had a lot of relevant news.
Full episode.
Yeah, full episode for sure. And then we will be ending with me and Justin are both giving a embarrassing.
We're both doing it?
Oh yeah, we're yeah. Oh, you want me to save mine for next week? Who do you want to go this week?
You go, because I thought
mine's really short.
I'll wait for Camping Comedian to be on when I do mine, because he will be involved in it.
Okay. Depending on how long this goes, mine is short anyway, so that's okay. But guys, come on, you already know we are
Take a breath.
A Cantina podcast, so we're gonna go into the Cantina right now.
Welcome to Konkon's Cantina. What are you having? But remember, no droids.
Me trying to get the camera to focus on me. Anyway, it's not doing it. It hates me. The camera hates me. I don't blame it.
Your pants are wet.
I know.
This week, I am drinking an old fashioned. Again, I have two drinks right now. I have
a true alcoholic.
Yes, I have a Buffalo Trace old fashioned. My Buffalo Trace is 2 ounces of Buffalo Trace whiskey. I do a teaspoon of homemade simple syrup, 1
brown
Luxardo.
Sugar.
What?
brown sugar.
I do make it with brown sugar. Yeah.
That's a cool little tidbit of info that it switches your regular flavor, which is worth pointing out.
Yeah, it definitely does. I think brown sugar is better for you too. So I'm not like a big fan of like refined sugar, refined white sugar.
Well.
Anyway, cancer and stuff. That thing. And a Luxardo cherry. Listen, Luxardo, if you would like to work with us.
Possibly the most expensive part of that drink.
No, I get them on Amazon. Quick hack for you guys. If you want amazing Italian style cherries, Luxardo cherries will usually run you like $15 to $18 a jar, right? But on Amazon, you can get 2 jars for $22.
That's not bad.
No.
That's
So
awesome.
the hack is Amazon, getting two for $22 on Amazon.
Can't even do my joke. My wife is Italian, and I married her, and
Nope.
it's a lot more expensive of a.
Ripe avocados. And the other thing that I am drinking when I finish this old fashioned is I just did a very small 1-finger pour of New Riff. Not barrel proof, single barrel. This is 111 proof. I really, really like things with the bite, and the thing that I like most about the New Riff is they do have very complex flavors. So the back end, you're getting like really nice vanillas
You're
with
speed
oaky
talking
stuff.
right now. Slow down, sir.
I know. I'm excited. I'm excited. I am talking fast.
First of all, you have 2 drinks. They have nothing in common with each other.
What do you think? They're both bourbons.
But they're not the same. Like, you made a cocktail with one thing,
I did.
and then a straight pour
when I
of something
finish
else.
that, I'm gonna move on to it. Anyway, old fashioned is my favorite drink. I always give an old fashioned. Well, my old fashioned is 10 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
Full.
Hashtag Russell.
Listen, if we're
That's what I was just thinking.
full send. Okay, 10 out of 10 on that one for me. Anyway, Justin, what are you drinking?
I am drinking some beer from I guess you could call it local, but it's not quite like a drive down the street local for us. This is from Jacksonville. My brother-in-law, sadly for him, forgot to bring some beer home. These are from
Rip.
Yeah, these are from Lemon Street Brewing, which is in Jacksonville, which is a brewery owned by a friend of a friend.
Okay.
Shout out to Chloe and Anthony. I know they frequent the establishment.
Oh, Tony?
Yeah, Tony too.
Oh, okay.
Tony 1.
Tony 1.
1.
Listen, Anthony.
Tony 1 goes there a lot.
Yes.
This is their Gare du Midi. It is a table saison. Gare du Midi.
That's a lot of big words.
Well, okay. Gare du Midi. Gare du Midi. Gare du Midi.
You're doing better than I would.
It's actually, if you see the label, it has a little picture of a train. It is actually in Belgium. It is a train stop. I don't know if you call it a train there, if it's like something fancy, but it's basically a
Iron
a
horse.
rail station. This is a saison. I personally am hit or miss on saisons. This one actually I thoroughly am liking. It's a mild flavor. It's a 5.5% ABV. I don't have a ton to say on it. I just kind of like it.
Yeah.
I would definitely...
So middle of the road.
Middle of the road. I also have 2 others, which I'll be drinking throughout the show.
Sorry, Anders.
Yeah, sorry, Anders. You shouldn't have left these at my house, but they're getting put to a good use. I have a Nearest Neighbor, which is a Florida Vice.
I feel like I need to go get you koozies.
I know they're sweating a lot.
Yeah.
And then I have a Oro Maya, which is a Mexican Imperial Pilsner.
Ooh, that sounds good.
So, as the show progresses, I'll crack one of those open.
The speech may or may not slur. We'll see.
Well, one of these is only a 4-point-something%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is
You'll be
a
fine.
That's essentially
4.4%.
water.
I'm hydrating at that point.
Yeah, pretty much.
But the Gare du Midi Table Saison, I give this a solid 6. There's nothing poor about it, but
Yeah.
there's also nothing... I could drink several of these in a row, and they would be great, but there's nothing flavor profile-wise that stands out to me. Mm-hmm. I'm just not a Saison guy in general.
Yeah.
So, Robert, what you got over there?
Well,
Rabuto.
this you can pick up
Roberto.
on pretty much any store. I'm drinking an Indian Pale Ale. An IPA. Lagunitas.
There you go.
I got to say it right. I'm Hispanic. Come on now.
Is it? I didn't know Lagunitas was Hispanic.
Well, I mean, it's technically
There we go.
a brewing company in California and Chicago, so whatever.
It's close.
It's close enough.
It's close enough.
It's only a 6.2%, and it's if you're into malts. This is kind of
I
a
like
nice.
it.
I
nice
do like- I do
smooth
like
drink to it.
a-
It's got a smoothness to it. so-
Lagunitas makes great products.
Yeah. I do like a lot of things Lagunitas. I mean, there's not a lot that they make. Actually, you know what? They have the purple one.
Are you thinking of a Beta?
is that the name of the beer? It's a Lagunitas.
Purple Haze? Is that what you're thinking?
I can't remember. It's very, very purple. It's one that Lagunitas make. I think that's the only one I remember where
I'm thinking of beer name, not necessarily labels.
Oh, I gotcha.
I would totally give it a 7 out of 10 Mandos because, it depends if they like malt or not.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I like
it's
a
still
malty,
really good malt.
A malty IPA is a unique flavor that I personally like because I like a lot of box and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And having an IPA that can be hoppy but still pull that malt flavor is a very cool thing for me.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Guys.
Hold on. We're not moving into it yet. Connor has had a bad day at work, and he told me about it.
Yeah.
And I took care of my boy because
I did
first
have
of all,
a bad day.
I
What
gave
did
him
you
crap.
do?
I said that he's who says that you're my boy? Connor's my boy. I got him a gift that he doesn't know about.
Oh, okay.
It's in here. He hasn't even seen it.
It's in here.
Well,
Yeah.
it isn't my Mando thing.
Getting it right now. I'm getting it. This is for Connor,
Uh-oh.
who shares a childhood love
Oh,
for a single
that is
character.
awesome. That is
Oh,
awesome.
that's freaking sick.
The most sought after classic Spider-Man Marvel legend.
Dude, that is awesome.
Tell the audio.
So this is a retro carded Spider-Man classic series Marvel legend from the TV show.
It's going on the shelf regardless.
It is openly known as the best Spider-Man action figure that has been ever made to date.
Dude,
But-
it comes with 2 faces and he can squint his eyes.
Yes, he
That is
comes
so
with a
sick.
second head.
Yeah, here, look.
Let me see
Got
that.
he has butterfly shoulders. He has double jointed knees and elbows, interchangeable hands. He has thwip hands and fist hands, squinty eye face that you can pop off, regular face,
Here, I'm
and
gonna...
the most classic of packaging that you can think of when you were a child and you walked into the store and saw action figures. He is the best Spider-Man figure.
Yeah, I'm digging it, dude. Thank you. Yeah,
That's
today was
that's awesome.
today was the like you're on like the edge of the cliff and you're just looking for an excuse to jump off.
I got you.
Yeah, that was today.
I'm your guy holding a big sheet underneath you.
Man, are you gonna pull it out from under me? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You know what?
It's a really good friend.
And I thought today, today is a good day now. Okay, I'm really trying to embrace the don't let 5 minutes ruin a whole day. But when you have 39 5 minutes in a day,
Hold on, what's 39 times 5?
I don't know. It starts to add up. Is the point? It's a lot. And I started off my morning. Me and the wife got up, made toast. I've been been buying Dave's Killer bread and toasting it.
195.
There you go. Divided by 60. That's like 2.5 hours. That's it. So not that much. Anyway, the point is, got up and I watched this episode. And right away I watched the episode. And kind of the first thing that I do is take to Twitter. So Twitter at Konkon's
That's
Cantina.
your first mistake.
Well, yes and no. Twitter has been good to us, actually. We've gotten an organic listener, which is really nice.
Tony, too.
Yeah, Tony, too. Shout-outs to Rural Farm Boy. He engages with us the most on Twitter. We very much appreciate that. And the thing about Twitter that's hard is, like, it's not like a content website. Like, you have to post and interact.
Right.
The fandom immediately, listen, I invented this episode and they hated it. Okay, if George Lucas made this episode, that's what he would have said.
Twitter seems to be very, like, 100% in whichever direction they feel like. There's no, like, middle of the road. It's like pure trash or pure excellence, and that is it.
And it's also been hard, too, because a lot of everything's political right now. Everything.
Oh, yeah. Well,
everything. I mean, that's a whole nother thing. But, like, even trying to interact with people on Twitter with Star Wars was hard. The point of this is I got on, and people hated this episode immediately. Trash episode, side quest, hated it. Why are we doing this? Stop. Like, we got enough of this in season 1.
Cancellation is over there.
Yeah. I was super hyped about this episode. So I'm just throwing that out there. If I had one complaint, and I'll put this one complaint out there, the Monster of the Week argument is starting to get really strong. And it's not that I don't like it, but when people start saying, oh, it's just Monster of the Week, it's kind of hard to not say
can't
that.
deny that.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit hard to say that that's not what it is. I was hyped. I loved the episode. Especially on my third watch with you guys. It was way more fun.
And I'm going to preface this episode as we move into it as I am purposely, for the sake of conversation, just going to try to take a different angle as
You're gonna trigger me. I got you.
not necessarily trigger you, because the second time I watched this episode, I 100% liked it more than I did the first time. The first time, I immediately in our Discord, I just said three posts. I said weak episode, had fantastic moments, overall kind of eh.
Yeah.
But rewatching it, my opinion has shifted, and I have also said that with the preface of specifically, I don't know where this is going to land when you're looking at this show in a season as a whole, as well as even bigger picture as
Series as a
a
whole.
series as a whole.
It's kind of up in the air right now.
Because we talked a lot about, shout out to Austin Salabash, shout out to him for his favorite episode being The Prisoner.
Yeah.
This episode brought a lot more back into The Prisoner and made that episode, when you look at everything as a whole, it made more sense.
And
it was story building that might not have clicked or made sense or been
The
best at
Yeah.
that moment, but when you look back, and this is not chapter 2.1. This is chapter 9, chapter 10. This is one story.
Not
So I don't-
every scene can have jetpacks and
Yeah.
other Mandos and dark sabers and Baby Yoda lifting crap, and it can't
It's
be.
literally watching a book
So
right now.
I
Yeah.
think this is going to shift. I do think this episode is going to shift in how we view it when the end of the season comes and the end of the series and it's finally over and we look back at this as a whole. But for today, I'm going to strictly talk about this as episodically. This is chapter 10 and that's it. Don't yell at me. Don't hate at me. I'm just being conversational. I love you all. I hate this episode. It's trash. Monster of the week, hot trash.
Are we ready to get into the recap?
Oh yeah.
All right, so the recap, guys.
Uh-oh. My phone's on silent. Why did you do that?
Mando is speeding back to Mos Eisley. A band of bounty hunters has set a trap for Mando. A tightrope is pulled, and it sends Mando and the Baby Yoda flying off the safety of their speeder. This part, how dare they hurt Baby Yoda? This had to have hurt.
The first time I saw it, I screamed it. I was just like, I'm done.
I'm done. How, like, seriously.
You know what I got out of this episode, or this opening sequence also, more than anything, is the sense of speed of being on a swoop bike. Because
He kind of like sends it too.
previously they
Yes.
kind of they give you a view through the woods in Endor or across an open plain in the desert. This is the first time that you kind of get that, like, you're down and you're tucked.
The intensity of it.
I thought of it like, I've ridden a lot of motorcycles in my life, and in my 20s I was all about sport bikes, and being like on the interstate and you're tucked and you're down and you're crouched and you're going and it turns into tunnel vision and you're going fast. That's how they were managing to portray this. And I've never gotten that actual like thought of what a swoop bike would be like. This is the first realistic interpretation of being on a swoop bike, I think.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I like the scene with Anakin in Attack of the Clones is pretty good too. But this one, the speed aspect, like you're saying, that was like particularly.
Yeah, like he kind of guns it, and then like it like just gets blurred vision because he's full sending open throttle.
Yeah.
And then talk about the greatest recovery ever,
dude.
Such a beautiful recovery.
Like,
yeah, so he gets hit off.
I guess he's been doing his drills as the armorer asked him to do once he gets it.
Throws the
Rising Phoenix.
jetpack, catches him, and he's perfect. You know, he's like perfectly good there for a second.
Well, after fighting the crate dragon,
Lands on his feet. He
that
lands
would-
on his feet from like what you can imagine is like 200 or 300 miles an hour, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
The hunters then race to capture the child, and Mando beats all of them.
Get the child.
The last hunter holds Baby Yoda hostage with a knife and/or vibro. No, it's just a knife. It wasn't vibrating.
Just a knife, yeah.
Just a knife to its neck. Once again, how dare you?
Batman
threaten
moment
Baby
of the
Yoda.
grapple gun.
Oh yeah, just gets them.
And
yeah,
we know
it was
that's
awesome.
a Jawa, right?
Was
No,
it?
because it had a different face. It sounded like a Jawa.
It
if you
sounded like a
saw
Jawa,
the-
but was he wearing? I mean, it doesn't mean that Jawas can't wear something else other than, especially if this one is not part of.
it did
any
sound
clan.
like one, but I thought it had like an alien head.
It had something. Yeah, definitely. Don't know what it was exactly.
It wants that jetpack. though.
Yeah, so Mando offers him wreckage in exchange for the child. He says, quote, "If you put one mark on him, there is no place you will be able to hide from me." Dude,
Uh-oh.
his one-liners this season already bangers.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. He picks the Mando's jetpack as his exchange. Mando gives it to him.
Solid choice.
Yeah.
That's of all the things. That's probably
And it's
what
made
I
out of
picked, too.
Beskar.
Super high value.
Yeah.
Rocketeer that thing out of here.
As the child and the Mando are reunited, Mando activates his jetpack. This sends the bounty hunter flying through the sky in total comic relief. Like, yeah.
Good.
Baby Yoda's like
Yeah, he does like his little growl or
he
Growl at
like
him.
purr
Yeah.
laughs at him.
Thanks,
Dad.
the thing says snorts.
Yeah.
It says he snorts at him, but yeah, he goes. Whoosh, and I said when we were watching, I was saying it kind of sounded like one of the minions from
Yeah.
Despicable Me.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Sounded
he's just
exactly like
yeah,
that,
he's just going
screaming
through
up
the
there.
air. Yeah.
He was kind of like,
Ah, blah, blah.
can you believe this guy did that, Dad?
Yeah,
Dad,
yeah.
what
He
an
looks
idiot.
up at him. He's like, this guy.
Then he just plops right on the ground.
Mando continues on his journey to the city on foot. He then finds Pella playing sabacc with Dr. Mandible in the Mos Eisley Cantina.
We're back.
Dr. Mandible is a Killick. This is a native of Alderaan, actually, this species. I thought that was super interesting.
So
Survivor of Alderaan.
before you move off of him,
Mm-hmm.
I have some info on Dr. Mandible, which is actually pretty cool.
Okay.
So the director of this episode is Peyton Reed.
Yes.
A name that, Connor, you specifically said, I know that name, but you didn't know what. And I said, if you don't know, don't look it up.
Okay.
So Peyton Reed is the director of 2 Marvel MCU movies. Can
Okay.
you guess what they are based off of Dr. Mandible?
Ant-Man.
Yup. Ant-Man
It's a good
and
one.
Ant-Man 2, Ant-Man versus Wasp.
No way.
Yeah.
And it's funny because she kind of makes...
It's a guy.
Well, no, Pella.
Okay,
She
yeah.
she makes jokes with him about like she says, calm down, abdomen, or thorax. She calls him thorax. She's like, calm down, thorax. Anyway, she makes like ant jokes, which is pretty funny.
It makes me laugh because like he's a Marvel director, and we got the first time, well, not the first time, we've seen him in what did we see him in? Robert, you were saying what you thought you recognized him from before, weren't you?
Who, Mr. Mandible?
Yeah, Dr. Mandible.
He was
or
in.
was it you, Connor?
I think it was-
No. Yeah, he was. We've seen him before in The Mandalorian. He was in Gunslinger episode. We saw him at the Cantina.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
he was, yeah.
So it's cool. Like, was this like a subtle nod to?
Yeah, my
We
bad.
are a Cantina podcast.
Yeah, we are. For you audio listeners, I was playing with the board and I hit the wrong button.
So it's pretty cool because this is the director of Ant-Man 1 and 2. Like, was this like a subtle like nod, a throwback? Like, hey, this is Mr. Ant.
It's not a coincidence.
Especially in Ant-Man.
not.
In Ant-Man 2, Paul Rudd has the gigantic ant as a pet.
Just sitting in a couch. And
Yeah,
all
but
that.
chilling out. Like, it reminds me so much of that. I thought that was a cool little Easter egg.
Mando explains.
Did you know
Oh,
that
okay.
Sam Witwer,
Yeah.
he controlled the animatronics of Dr. Mandible?
He actually did the voice acting for the Mandible. Like, that was actually that was Sam Witwer. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
He's
I'm just
got
making
so
sure.
many talents.
I'm just making sure we got that out there for
yeah,
everybody
just get it
to
out
know.
there.
Mando explains that he has no more leads to find the other Mandalorians, but luckily, Dr. Mandible has some information. More comic relief once again. The second and the third watch of this episode, I
It
found...
gets better every time we watched it.
Yeah, it's to me, it's hilarious, and especially Pella. We all three said this. She's like becoming my favorite
Yeah, I
side
She's
love
like
her.
the
character.
She's
best
amazing.
underdog, like low, like
Yeah.
third tier, whatever you want to call her, like not main character.
Yeah.
She's amazing. Like every line that she has is like classic.
Yeah, it's great.
I love it. Pelly Moto.
Yeah. Yeah.
Moto.
So she explains that Dr. Mandible has a lead, and she says that he will be willing to give that if he pays the cover or the pot for Dr. Mandible for this next sabacc.
He's
hand.
real hot. He's
He's on a hot
fire.
streak. Yeah, he's on a hot streak.
Rip.
Yeah. So he wins, and then Mando, thinking he was going to get his money back, says, "I thought you said he was on a hot streak." And she plays Idiot's
Psych.
Array,
Yeah.
which is like the best hand.
The
besides,
rarest, or the second rarest card.
I
in
think it's
Sabacc?
sabacc. Is-
Sabacc is the rarest.
Yeah, sabacc is like
a full
Sabacc.
Can't Idiot's Array beat a full sabacc?
I can't remember because remember the
I feel like-
Galaxy's Edge version of sabacc is not like what they play in.
I'm thinking about Solo. when I'm thinking about.
Yeah, and I can't.
Because I think Idiot's Array was like
where you have the 2 green wild, or you have.
It was like the weirdest, craziest one where it was like, there's no chance you should ever be able to have this. So when you have it, it can literally be like, call it a full house, a full sabacc.
The green card. Anyway, we're getting into a whole thing.
Deep cut.
Yeah, we got to look into that. But anyway, she wins the hand, which is what's important. And then she's once again the one-liners. She literally tells Mando, "Don't cry, you'll rust." That joke like killed me. Like I don't know why.
That was
It's
a
like
knee
Tin Man
slapper.
joke.
Yeah, exactly. Pella wants some of that dragon meat. Then we cut to a scene where
We were wondering what was going to happen with that.
yeah.
Looks so
Simple,
good when
like
it's cooked.
dinner.
And I love
Like, it
how,
was as simple as dinner.
I love how he just like brought it to her. He didn't save any of this
Yeah.
for him and Baby Yoda.
I thought
Like-
there was going to be like some monetary value to it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I
Yeah.
figured that they were keeping it to eat, but so we cut to the scene and we have a pod racer and the robot from Disney's Pixar's WALL-E.
straight shout out to Disney's Galaxy's Edge,
Yes.
which
Ronto Roasters.
Ronto
Yes.
Roasters. I want a Ronto wrap right now.
Yes.
When you walk into there, it's literally a vertical pod racer engine blasting obnoxiously loud sound effects onto a spit of meat that's just roasting. This was such an awesome callback, especially if you've been to the park. This just made me
Galaxy's Edge.
Yes, it just made me want to go to the park so much more.
you
Shout
still
out
can.
to me.
Just
I was
make
at
that reservation.
I was
Can't
at
we
Disney
cancel?
Springs today. I went to the Outpost, and
Yeah.
I got a Spirit jersey for my daughter.
Hey.
She can't know. It's a secret.
Okay. She doesn't listen to this podcast either.
No,
so.
she's only 8.
Yeah, so total shout out to Ronto Roasters and the
Best
Disney
breakfast in Hollywood Studios / MGM.
Oh, for sure. The also shout outs to the Raiders of the Lost podcast because they just did their original trilogy take on their podcast, and they were the one that I got that call out from, which that one that she doesn't call him treadmill, she calls him something. It's the same robot that we see in A New Hope when C-3PO and R2 are rescued by the Jawas, or rescued, I guess captured by the Jawas. We see that the little goggle guy,
Yeah.
and it's the same one, and he totally looks like Wally. So shout outs to them. The pod racer engine once again. Pella then explains there is one small skank in the scud pile. Okay, and this is the deal
I love
involving them getting his next job, right? The next layer of him getting this information. He was told that the informant would meet him at the hangar, and so we move on to the frog lady.
This
then
situation
coming out.
requires
The gecko.
mitigation.
What do you mean mitigation?
Yeah.
Or no, mitigate. What mitigating?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. She explains that he will have to bring the contact to the system where her husband is, and also
She will save 15% on space insurance.
Dude, is that not like
Here we go.
the frog thing? You know, they're very frog-like, and later in the episode, the eggs kind of give it away because they're not hard shell eggs, and also, you know, they're like
Yeah.
they literally look like tadpole eggs.
I pour chlorine all summer long to try to kill those stupid things in my pool.
Don't you dare, Baby Yoda eats those, man. He's gonna die.
God dang frog eggs, always up in the pool.
Always up in the pool.
Shout out to Frog Lady, because did you guys? I kind of
you
teased
did ask
you with
us.
this.
Yeah.
So Frog Lady has a voice that is acted by a Star Wars alumni,
Okay.
Sam. No, joking.
I'm about to say, I'm like, is he really going to say that?
No, this is
Come on.
actually totally confirmed. It's real.
Okay.
I promise you
Actually,
this time. I
Internet's
promise you
pure
this
truth.
time.
Okay. Who?
Internet's pure truth.
Okay.
Where do you get it from?
So this is acted. It's by a male, which is surprising. Because
There you
that,
go.
Like that
Yep.
sound
You
effect
do
that,
that
it does.
very well.
A lot of scream now.
Yeah. Listen.
So
Sorry for the headphone users.
this is
Yeah, rip.
this is also a actor who is going to be featured a lot in some upcoming animated shows on Disney Plus. Star Wars.
Sam Witwer.
Dang it! No.
Who?
The voice of every single clone.
Rex. Or
Oh,
not Rex,
it's-
but, I know who
D.
you're talking
Bradley
about.
Baker.
Yeah.
Dude, he does so much.
Yeah.
Like, he does a lot. for Star Wars.
D.
Like,
Bradley Baker, the voice of Rex, the voice of every clone you've ever heard in the Clone Wars.
how could I forget? He just responded to our email, and he's coming on the podcast later.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Next week he's a guest.
Yeah.
If we can fit him in. I don't know if we can fit him.
Yeah, it's gonna be tight, but we'll find a way.
But I thought it was super cool. And
Oh, yeah, for
you know
sure.
what also is another cool thing? He does the voice, but the physical acting is done by the same chick that does Queel in the first season.
Oh, nice,
I wrote her
nice.
name down. Where is it? Dude,
it's gotta be hot.
Misty Roses.
Who she did?
She did
Quill.
Quill. Not Queel?
It is Queel.
Is it Queel or Quill?
It's
Because he calls him Quill.
No, Queel. Kuiil.
Yeah, 2 eyes.
Oh.
Queel.
Yeah,
So
Queel.
Mando's pronouncing it wrong, or am I
No,
just
he says
listening
Queel.
wrong?
He says Queel.
I think it's hard sometimes when you kind of got like the.
It's the helmet. It makes
yeah.
it sound like he's saying Quill.
So it's cool, like they're keeping that same staff afloat. Like,
Oh, yeah, for
you
sure.
had Queel the first season. She's got another job. She's
I mean,
Frog
why not?
Lady,
She's
the
technically wearing a
unnamed
mask.
unnamed Frog Lady. And go.
We find out that her husband has settled on the moon of Trask in the system of the gas giant. And I accidentally deleted this part. It's Kol something. I accidentally deleted it. That's my
Sounds
bad.
Similar to Monco.
Yeah, I know. That's what we were hoping, right?
If
It's kind of
we
like how the
had
indoor moon.
Call Iben?
If we had a
Yeah, thank you. What is it?
Call Iben or
Call
Iben?
Iben.
Iben. Call
Yeah,
Iben.
yeah.
Gas giant system.
Yep, thank you. Yeah, I accidentally
out to
deleted the second part on the notes. We find out that Pella has only known this person for 10 minutes, but that doesn't matter because she is an excellent judge of character. Definitely, once again, Pella just pulling in the comedy. I mean, Amy, she's killing it. Like,
I trust her with my life.
I trust her with-
I thought you trust her with my life.
yeah.
It's like, I'm an excellent judge of character.
On the crest, Baby Yoda is oogling at the eggs that this frog lady has brought on.
Before you go there, he's
Yes.
chasing
Her-
the eggs and her up on the ramp
yeah.
of the Razor Crest.
He's
It's
like-
a funny.
He's just like, I love how we go from like he's like staring at the crate meat,
All
and
googly
just
eyes.
yeah, immediately is like, and just sees
Like
the
giant frog with baby frog eggs.
yeah, like just a complete change in diet, I guess. But
That's his favorite thing to eat, frogs.
Baby Yoda, aka the child, unfortunately starts eating eggs.
Ripped,
The last of her.
ripped her one of her,
One of her kids.
my final life cycle of breeding.
Yeah, little Jimmy gone forever. I don't know what to tell you about that one. Daddy Mando steps in, of course, tells him no. Like almost hitting the little dog on the nose with the newspaper, telling him, "Look, it's nap time, okay?"
eat the baby.
And this was one of the parts that I liked before we get to the nap is when Baby Yoda first starts eating the eggs. We have this amazing Stranger Things 80s synth thing.
yeah.
Shout outs to Ludwig. Like
Ludwig
Ludwig,
Göransson.
thank you. Oh my gosh. Like,
I will be downloading the album for season 2 for sure.
dude, I want that whole song on loop. Like, it's ominous and almost like what we've modeled a lot of the show after, the purples and like we love 80s stuff. It's so good. I just had to comment
COVID
on it.
goes away, I'm definitely using that like in gatherings at my house, putting it as background music.
Dude, oh
It's
man.
so
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Dude,
We were
shout
saying
outs-
it was very like lo-fi hip hop
Yes.
of Star Wars. Like
And shout outs to all the Star Wars lo-fi we've been listening to lately. Yeah, we
shout
need
out
to incorporate
Closed on
that.
Sunday.
Yes, Close on Sunday gave us permission. We got to get some of that stuff on the show. Mando and Baby Yoda are then awoken to alarms going off in the crest. While flying through space, Mando is confronted by 2 New Republic X-Wings. Quote,
Best 2 captains ever.
Razor Quest M111, come in.
Razor
Do
Quest?
you copy? Yes, Razor Quest. Crest.
It's almost like they
Let us begin the debate.
the name
Yep.
of the ship and the model of the ship separately.
Do we just keep the bit going or do we let everybody in?
No. Keep
What
the
do you
bit
mean?
going.
Here's the thing.
No, we keep the bit going.
Yeah, we keep the bit going.
Yep, keep the bit going.
It's really not a bit because we feel strongly about both sides, but we also see
Yes.
both sides.
Yes.
So we and this will continue to happen until we get
There's
a
like
visual
a definitive
Yes.
dictionary or some reference.
So explain your side real quick, and then I'm gonna explain my side because unfortunately this does air to your side more.
My side
Uh-huh.
is that the ship has a name. It is the Razor Crest. I have multiple reasons why I could say it. It's too much to go into.
Yeah.
Simply because multiple things have referred to it as the Razor Crest. I won't go into detail.
Or the crest.
The crest,
Yeah.
yes. That lends itself, even like if you break it down as simply as logically, it's called the crest. It's a name of a ship.
Mm-hmm. A call sign.
Yours is the opposite. You think that is the model.
Yeah, so I think it's the model, and the reason for that is because in the very first episode, we have our first bounty. He comes on the
I
ship.
said I'm not going to go into detail, and immediately
This is a
detail.
very tiny
He
detail.
speaks faster than you.
I do. So back in the season 1, on the very first episode, we have the blue guy who was the very first bounty, and when he gets on the ship, and then he says, "I really like your thing. Pre-Empire
Is
this?"
really
Yeah,
kicking.
yeah,
It's
right.
only 6
Sam
points
Witwer
per cent.
said it is the Razor Crest.
Okay, the blue guy gets on the ship and he says, "I really like your ship, Pre-Empire," and he says it's a Razor Crest. Like he literally acknowledges the ship, right? And it would be unlikely
How do
that
you
somebody.
know that it's not just written on it? Like the back of a boat has the ship name on it.
Dude, can we please get that? Like that'd be funny. Hang on, let's get through the thing and then we'll
Yeah,
get on it.
yeah.
If you and even like in A New Hope, and I've said this
What's that?
before. Stop. Even in A New Hope, Obi-Wan doesn't know the name of the Falcon.
Yeah.
If he would have said, "I have a YT Corellian freighter,"
Technically, that's Ben Kenobi.
yeah, he would have been like,
Get them right.
"Old Ben." Do you think they mean Old Ben? No. Anyway, still, this lends to Justin's side of the argument, which is M111, which could be a model number, meaning that Razor Crest could be the name of a ship or a call sign. But
Both sides of the argument are very. You could argue for either one, and
yeah,
I can see it whichever way it ends up working out.
Either way, we're gonna be happy with it. We really want a Mando visual dictionary.
Yes.
That's what we
That
want.
isn't
but
going to happen until everything's done.
Yeah, that's a
probably
really good
not.
point, Robert.
Yeah.
Made it freaking
And
annoying
I
point.
normally I would side with Connor in this.
Oh
this
yeah.
argument.
So yeah, we were talking about this when we were watching it.
Yeah.
Give me more. Give me more.
Mute his mic.
Well, I mean, nobody refers to the Millennium Falcon as the Millennium Falcon when they see it for the first time.
But they're also not broadcasting their signal.
Well, Lando does. He says, "I present you the Millennium Falcon."
Well, yeah, because Mando, I mean, he probably names his capes too.
Yeah, true.
I mean, that's just his style.
Yeah.
Mando doesn't have that style.
And that's the point you made. So
Yeah, that is a good
that
point.
is a really good point.
Mando, I just feel like he doesn't really attach himself to objects.
Mando, by the way, you were saying it right.
Okay.
I was hearing Lando. I just want to make sure they know.
Mando with the M.
Lando would definitely name his ship, which he did.
He names
the Falcon.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And Mando,
does not.
You
He
say
doesn't-
that, but also a Mando wouldn't necessarily become a father figure and take on a ward of a
Well, this
tiny
is a
stranger
living
alien.
creature versus an object that can be, sold or whatever. Well, technically, Baby
likes
Yoda
his
can be
ship?
sold, but yeah, I'm going for Connor's side for sure.
Mando then explains to the New
Sorry,
Republic
Justin.
pilots that his ship does not admit a beacon because it is pre-Empire surplus. A ping is required by the New Republic pilots. Mando figures out that he
Ruh-roh.
wants to avoid landing at the nearest outpost, and he figures out his ping.
Shout out to those two pilots.
Without warning,
They've flown in Opa.
they go into S foil attack position.
Very intimidating.
Yes.
Like
Yeah, no warning.
Didn't we
just-
talk about this? Is it S or X?
it's S, 100%.
It's S.
okay.
Yeah, it's S.
Even though it's shaped as an X.
Yes, and that's why I remember. I'm like, why is it S if they're at X? But we're gonna get to the trivia later, so that's
Well, I
trivia
already know the
question.
answer.
We know-
Ruined one question.
What is S foil? We shouldn't. We need the.
It is in
Is
form
there,
of
is there
it's
multiple
full
choice?
on Jeopardy.
Because
It
I don't
is.
do well in pressure. Okay.
Okay, well, we're
I
gonna
kept
get to it. Okay. After asking if it is the same ship from the events of Chapter 6, The Prisoner, Mando dives towards the planet's surface in an attempt to escape. Mando cuts off his engines and goes into a freefall.
So awesome.
Mando pulls into a cave and loses the New Republic. We have to pause on this. This scene in particular
the flying.
will be in my top 5 favorite scenes once
Absolutely.
the entire series is over. And I'm saying that not knowing how many seasons we're going to have, how many more space battles we're going to have. This right here was just so Star Wars to me.
Yes.
Like the cutting of the engines,
Just
you know,
like
him
Poe
free
Dameron
from
when he
Big,
cuts his
yes.
arms
the
in.
big lumbering ship that shouldn't be able to do that. Just
Yeah.
doing it amazingly and losing the X-wings
And the-
through. Yeah.
the pilots, let's just talk about the cameo real quick.
Yeah.
Appa from Kim's Convenience, the dad.
Yes.
Mando, stop. Stop.
Unfortunately, no accent there.
Yeah, no accent.
I don't
but
like him without the accent.
Dude, he's so
it
good.
It bothers
with the
me that
accent.
he doesn't have the Korean accent,
Yeah.
which I like is.
Now that's just racist.
No, it's not. That's
No, he's
literally
so
the
good.
character he plays.
Have you watched Kim's Convenience?
No, I have not.
Okay,
I have to look
Netflix.
it up. Yeah.
You gotta
No,
watch
Janet. No,
it. Janet, stop. It's really good. It
you
was,
so still.
yeah.
Like,
And Dave Filoni reprising his cameo as
Trapper Wolf.
Trapper.
Trapper
Trapper
Wolf.
Oh, no.
Wolf. Trapper Wolf, the New Republic X-wing pilot.
Trapper
Trapper Wolf, and then
Carson.
Captain Carson Teva is Paul Sun Hyung Lee.
Yes.
That is Uppa's name. I'm
Appa.
only going to refer to him as Uppa.
Appa. Yes. And the reason that I brought them up is because he literally makes the comment, if he continues this acrobat dance that the Crest is doing
Gonna
in
go
this,
break apart.
he's going to break apart
And
the
they
ship.
say, like, in the pursuit, like, 3 times, like, come on, stop. Don't
Yeah, yeah.
do this.
Hey, please, no.
Like, bro, like,
We don't wanna
we're
shoot
not
you, bro.
really trying to come after you. We're like,
we're
be
just
cool,
going to give
bro.
you a citation, and
So we
you'll
can
be on
tell
your
that
way.
Appa is definitely the leader of this specific moment here.
Well, he
Yeah,
is
he's the
captain.
captain.
He's
yeah,
captain.
and
So Dave Filoni was that second mate, or well, not second mate. What do you call those?
he's
wingman.
yeah, wingman. Yeah. Back to the recap. I have to find where I was on the
Back
recap.
to
Okay, so he
reality.
goes into the cave to lose the New Republic X-wing fighters. The Crest then falls through the surface. Mando once again finds Baby Yoda eating more eggs. How many? And he even says, "How many of you ate?" Or no, is that earlier?
That was
How many
earlier.
did you eat? Yeah, but at this point,
We've seen 2 at this point.
ha-
But we also
assume there's
like,
way more.
We've only seen 2.
yeah, exactly.
This guy's an expert pickpocket. So.
Based off of the end, like he stashes them places.
Yeah. Not willing to wait any longer, our frog lady, our passenger hot wires the droid pilot Zero that we saw in
Yes.
Mandalorian season 6, Mandalorian season 1, episode 6, so that she can speak to Mando. And who's this cameo again?
One of my favorite TV shows
Yes.
ever is the IT Crowd,
Yep.
and this is Richard Ayodia? No, Ayoade.
We need
I
to
said
get
it
better
backwards.
with our names.
I wrote it out phonetically. I had to just look at it.
Nice.
It's Ayoade.
Okay.
Richard Ayoade, who is like the fro. He's like,
Yes. And it's
God, he's so good, and he like crushes it as a droid. Like he has the best droid,
Yeah.
like comical droid voice other than C-3PO. I don't think another person has a better voice for a droid than the 2 of them.
and I'm smarter too. Like that was one of my favorite things that he says to Mando as a droid. Yeah, it's great.
Have you tried turning it off then on again?
Yeah. So she wires the droid so that she can speak to Mando. She then explains to the Mando that she will not allow her family to go extinct. Now, we do think that they're still trying to go to Mon Cala, right? Like, we're kind of hoping, because she talks about a place where
They can carve out a life.
well, not only that, but there's only one planet that their species can thrive on. So obviously it's hard for them to procreate and all this stuff. Like they're close, or at least her family line in particular is close to extinction.
Yeah, she says that this is the last breed in her life cycle that she will have.
Yeah.
Which Baby Yoda is chomping up.
Oh, all
He
the
ate
broods.
Eggy brekkie sandwich all
Listen,
day.
no scramble,
Raw
just
eggs.
straight raw eggs.
Protein, son.
Rocky style. Okay, just
Making gains.
she plays into Din, explaining that the Mandalorians, per the code, must keep their word. Quote, "I guess those are just stories for children." That part was like so cool to me. I had
Playing
to,
on his conscience.
yeah,
which
playing on it.
We have established specifically with this episode, the episode with, what is it, episode 3?
The sin where
Or the sin, yeah. Like they have spent some time in some storytelling in letting you know that Din Djarin, our boy, the Mando, 100% has a conscience. He cares about the downtrodden, the person who cannot defend themselves. Even when it came down in
very Batman.
even in the last episode, he's ready to kill Cobb Vanth, and then he sees the Krayt Dragon, and we can work something out. Like,
Yeah.
I had no problem killing you in cold blood immediately. Like,
Yeah, that
take
point
the
you
armor
made.
off.
Yeah.
You're done. Like, I don't give a crap about what you say. Oh wait, this whole town is in danger out of something they can't control.
He cares.
He cares, and I think that this episode is leaning into that storytelling. It's building his conscience. So I think 100% his conscience is going to be at play throughout the series continually.
And that's something that I've talked about too. That's one of my favorite things about Mando is when we get those glimpses of his humanity. And because we don't get a lot of FaceTime with Pedro, that's a whole nother thing. But it is nice to see these emotional moments where we, like you're saying, we get a glimpse into his consciousness kind of type stuff. So she plays into Din, explaining once again that he has to follow, keep his word. Din then gets to fixing his ship. He talks to Baby Yoda in a way that makes us believe that Baby Yoda can fully understand what he's saying. Correct?
Yeah. And this is like the classic parent moment where your kid's telling you something important and you dismiss them.
Oh, yeah.
You're like,
listen, just hold this flashlight.
Like, I don't care. Like, yeah. And then the kid's like, I'm trying to tell you that. Like,
listen, Dad. I'm
like,
trying to.
The guy's towing your car outside, so
exactly.
You don't care about that.
I mean, his species is intelligent.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
so
for sure.
He's absorbing everything. And
he tries to tell him. Din's like, no, I don't got time. And then he's like, well, fine, walking away.
In the same instance, Baby Yoda seems to be really close to saying his first words.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, and that was one thing I think we talked about in
Will he talk?
Will he talk at some point in this season? He's getting close. There is sentences.
Was forming some words there.
Yep.
Yeah, he's trying to formulate something. Mando and Baby Yoda then go looking for the passenger, the frog lady. They find her soaking in a hot spring in an ice cave. Baby Yoda, of course.
Awkward.
First of all,
Yeah,
Mando
kinda
just
was.
walks in and doesn't care if she's in the shower.
Super
fully.
awkward. Like, I
Shower.
don't care if you're naked, alien. I
Yeah.
don't care.
He walks in and she's like, just like, I don't know. So
Frog lady's straight up skinny
That
dipping.
escalated really quickly.
Like straight up skinny dipping in a hot spring, and he's like, "Oh hey, what you doing?"
yeah, yeah, exactly. I can't pretend. Anyway, there's so many innuendos there. We're gonna move past that.
Yes, please.
The Razor
Baby
Crest
Yoda
argument.
finds an egg.
Dude, Baby Yoda once again trying to eat eggs. He tells him, no.
He's
Baby
like, "But they're
Yoda.
No. He finds a spider egg.
So Baby Yoda, you'll notice he starts.
The music starts.
The music starts. We get that 80 synth again, and my dude is just like. He sees something. I love how he just starts to eat everything. Like, he doesn't care.
You gotta see your face. Go
I
on
know,
YouTube
yeah.
and watch this because it's hilarious.
He finds this egg and he's like. He just rips that thing open.
It
and is
reminded
like,
me of in Jurassic Park, the first one, where the egg is up on the thing. And
Yes.
it's like, tit, and then it rips apart.
Yes.
And
Life
then Baby Yoda
finds a way.
Baby Yoda chomps it down and has the equivalent of Doritos dust all over its
Yes.
fingers and face. It's like,
Pure Cheeto dust. All of it.
He
Doesn't
goes
even
for
care.
seconds and there he
Yeah.
gets the yolk. Oh, it's so gross.
And, of course, hundreds of baby spiders then start hatching and chasing the crew.
If you have arachnophobia, I would not watch this episode.
Yeah, no.
this is where it gets creepy.
Two very
Scary.
large spiders also join the chase. In a horror film type fashion, Mando begins shooting at mini spiders running
One
for his
shot.
life.
John Wick.
In perfect gunslinger fashion, one after another, Mando kills the spiders. Dude, every time I saw this, I was like, who's playing Overwatch on the writing team? It's high noon. And he's just
Yes.
just like, yeah, that junk was awesome.
So we've seen these spiders once before, not so much in Rebels, but it's based off Ralph's concept arts.
Mm-hmm.
That's where
like in
originally-
other...
So that's where he based off his
okay.
the design on those characters based off Ralph's.
And they do look like the Lothal spiders, but the mouth parts are different. But the huge type spiders, I really am hoping for more connections to
Was
Rebels
that
later.
Talon? That's where you saw them in Rebels.
Oh,
was a
it's
secret
not-
base.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
they
it's
were
not on
called-
Lothal.
They were called Krykna.
Yep.
Okay, so completely different. I think
mean,
we
a
established
spider.
that.
It's probably like there's
There's
a
subspecies over
universal
there, you know?
like there's a spider and there's a black widow. There's a brown recluse.
Exactly.
Like, it's
that's exactly
it's
what
a
it is.
spider.
Yeah, exactly.
creature.
But this one specifically pays homage to Ralph concepts for Empire Strikes Back.
After being chased into the crest, the crew gets holed up in the cockpit.
So one of the things that you and I were dying at laughing is while they are being chased, Frog Lady straight up abandons running on 2 feet.
Why did I forget about this?
And she full on, when she starts galloping, for lack of better terms, the immediate thing that I went to was X-Men, the first movie.
Oh my goodness.
With Ray Parks.
Did you know Ray Park was in this episode?
Ray Parks made a cameo as Frog Lady when he did the Toad Run from X-Men. That's all I thought of. Is like when an X-Men, like Toad, who's played by Ray Parks. Shout out to Darth Maul, another Star Wars character. But when he does that like galloping run,
Yes.
she straight up moves into that like I ain't got time for 2 legs. I got 4 limbs.
If there was, go ahead.
Why didn't she just start off the bat with that?
For
I mean, there was
real.
a giant.
If you have that
building-sized spider
ability,
chasing
why
him.
are you not using that?
It's funny because if there was ever a doubt where, I don't think we said this, it really looks more like a gecko than it does a frog. But if there was ever a doubt, you get to this point in the episode and
It's
you're like,
definitely like,
if
okay,
you made a
it's a
bet
frog.
with your friend, you just lost it. It's
Yeah,
a frog.
yeah, it's a frog.
So she starts literally
Oh, the-
leapfrogging.
the whole tongue thing where she grabs her clothes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
she grabbed her
she
shirt.
got, and she was when she was eating the little the ration. She does the
Yeah.
same thing. She
Which
Jar Jar
also
Binks
proves
style.
she was self-conscious about being nude in front of Mandalorian because she didn't just take off running without her shirt.
I think she's cold too. I had like actual like.
I'm just saying.
I went too logical. I'm like,
weird
if she's
moment.
a frog, she's gonna be cold-blooded. Like she's gonna die on this planet.
Well, she was. I thought she was because
Cold-blooded.
when they were in a ship after he was trying to take a nap after
Rick
a crash,
James.
she was kind of like choking up in the
and
cold.
he does say something about getting her blankets to keep her warm.
Yeah.
you know. So
But then she uses it for the pods. For the pod.
yeah, she puts it around her eggs. Hey, good mother. She's doing a little
Yeah.
bit better than Din in the parent department.
Oh, yeah,
except
absolutely.
for
Not knowing how many eggs have been eaten.
bro, how many like.
she lost count. I'm like,
Listen,
it's not-
Jimmy, Jommy, and all the other little froglings, tadpoles, they're dead, okay?
They're gone.
They're getting digested by Baby Yoda. Back to the recap. They get held up in the cockpit while trying to take off. Once again, the music starts swelling. The amazing music we really think...
Dude, I thought he was out. Like, there it is.
It's done. The Razor Crest is lifting. We're getting out. We're going to be saved. And then... John Cena, the biggest daddy spider ever, just comes out of nowhere and completely stops their progress. I
That's
mean,
so crazy.
Who did you think was shooting at it? What was your initial reaction when you see the big spider land, slap him to the ground, and then you see all the pew-pews?
Boba Fett.
Thank you.
Boba Fett.
That is who I thought was tracking him.
And the reason I got this flashback to Attack of the Clones where Obi-Wan is chasing the Slave One. And to me, I'm like, oh, Boba Fett was just tracking them the whole time, and he's the one that's saving them. And the E-33 repeater rifle that
It
Boba
sounded
Fett
different
uses.
inside that cockpit than it did when he goes outside, which is a cool effect that I noticed.
I think it's an A128 is what the...
it's an A127.
Yeah.
I'm just making that up.
Yeah, it's a 20.
It's the one they use in Battlefront.
Yeah, it's
the base. Is it a base model?
It's a huge. I liked the continuity play
Yes.
of this is
Shout
what
out to Opa, like straight up,
Appa.
like Appa. Did you say
Appa.
Opa?
It's Opa.
Is it Opa?
I don't know.
It's Appa.
Opa.
Appa.
I don't know.
They're
Korean.
not Jewish.
I
They're
don't know
Asian.
Korean. Anyway, shout out to him. Like, just
Opa.
like, oh yeah, that is.
That's Jewish.
Yeah. I've been to much many restaurants.
You haven't even gone through your second can yet.
I haven't even opened a second beer, but
Love it.
that's a place
Anyway.
in Point Orlando.
Appa.
Yeah, but shout out to them. Like,
Yeah.
they're like
Coming
just
to the
taking
rescue.
them out with their
yeah.
rifles, like no hesitation.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was cool.
I thought it were tauntauns.
I really wanted it to be Boba.
I
And
did too.
I didn't even want Boba in this, but then I'm like, oh, is it Boba saving him?
Well, and they released the names of the episodes, and it obviously
None
wasn't
have been correct.
Yeah. Well, it's not that they were not correct. They
Well,
weren't in order.
Well, no, they've not even been the same because this was called The Confrontation originally.
Yes. Which there was on the list that you sent. There was one called The Passenger. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe
They
it could have
weren't in
been
order.
And this episode, depending on what happens with the rest of the season, I feel like could have been shuffled
I
in
mean,
sequence.
they do that just to throw you off, so that way you can't tell what the story's going.
That is
Yeah.
very possible. That's a good point.
Really good point. So the New Republic pilots, they come back and they come to the rescue. They kill the spiders
Like if it was
after.
nothing.
And they were very chill.
Yeah. Well,
Well, Dave Filoni
the chill
was
is
chill.
the chill is about to end quickly. After killing the spiders and saving Mando, a conversation is then had. They tell Mando that he has an arrest warrant because of the events, once again, in Chapter 6 of Season 1 of Mandalorian.
Which I love the
the
play off of the episode, which you and I didn't like that
This makes
episode.
that episode so much better.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm hoping will continue.
However, because he had apprehended 3 culprits that were on the most wanted registry, and he put himself in harm's way of Lieutenant Davin, shoutouts Mount Lanter, Anakin, the voice actor in the Clone Wars, they tell him that instead of leaving him there, Mando says, hey, I captured these 3 people. What if you don't give me the money? Forget the bounties. Help me repair my ship, so I can get off this ice rock, right?
You're like, nah, bro.
How about not?
Exactly. And we're going to get to that because one of our listeners actually specifically brought that out in the Cantina listening post, is they pretty much just say, listen, why don't you fix that ping, and next time we see you, we don't destroy that antique you're driving around, right?
They were like cool cop who's still a little bit of a
douche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how about I give you a warning?
They just remind you that they have the ability to ruin your entire
but,
life.
But compared to the Empire,
oh,
that
yeah,
is
for
a
sure.
night and day difference. Like,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
he was 100% proven on camera that he was breaking the law, broke into a prison vessel, destroyed a whole bunch of New Republic property, and then they're still cool enough to be like, all right, well, you did these things. How about we just call this even and fix your crap, fix your expired tag. Let's get that sticker on there.
This is one thing that certain TV shows have done very well, and this show is starting to do. And that is when you give a recap of prior events,
have a reason to bring it in.
Yes.
Like
so
Zero. When they brought Zero in, I was like, why did they show that?
And but did you watch the recap?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. When Zero was in the recap,
you're like,
I'm
why?
like, why is this like millisecond of Zero?
And it's reminding you that this is going to be a play
and
on
I
this
had
episode.
forgotten about that entire character, honestly.
And that's the whole point of the recap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why it's so
to
good.
recap the episode.
Well,
It's in the title.
It gives you credence as to what's about to happen and why. And when you mention things in passing, you don't have to have this big expanded world building moment that all these people want. It's like we could literally get a word where somebody says, oh, Leia wants us back to so and so. You see what I'm saying? We don't need an entire dissertation.
Literally like seconds of clips.
Exactly.
Yeah, the thing with Zero was literally
a flashback.
A millisecond.
Yes.
It was just like you see Zero and you see an explosion. I thought you were saying to wipe me something.
No,
Wipe
get on
your
the
face,
mic,
fool.
bro.
Sorry, I was trying. So you see Zero and it's just like an explosion of a millisecond,
Yes.
and then he falls down dead.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
Yep.
No audio needed. Like, it did its job.
And by showing the recap too, it helps because if we would have just cut to a scene where Zero's on the ship, we would have been like, "Why is he still on there?"
Exactly.
And the recap helped with that. So back to the recap of the episode. Mando then gets his ship in somewhat flying order and he pulls away. One last time, Baby Yoda takes a longing look at those delicious eggs.
Hamilton.
Once again, how does she not know how many eggs she's missing? Like, I think she does at this point because she kind of like
she knows he's eating them.
My backpack is getting lighter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. We haven't lost fluid. We're losing something else here.
I'm like, well, it was the spiders. Be cool.
It was this. Listen, little guys got to eat. But anyway,
the
episode
best moment of the
Ever.
episode is when you think it's over and he pulls the one egg out of the jacket and he's like,
he looks up at Mando. He's like, oh, he's asleep.
He's a dude.
this.
How many? In that, anyway, yeah.
It's so good.
The episode then fades to
He
black.
just doesn't care if your species is going extinct.
I'm so excited about this because I'll admit, Justin, I talked to Chris, and a lot of this had to do with my bad day. So I started having a bad day with work, and I'm like, you know what? I liked that Mando episode, and now I don't. Because Justin is right, and it was filler crap.
Okay,
but,
Karen.
But once I watched it my second time, I really did like it the first time, and then real world events happened and whatnot.
your mood will change your opinion on things 100%.
Yes. So I was super hyped, then I wasn't hyped, then I got rehyped when I watched it my second time and I wrote the recap for this episode, and then when us three got together, dude, it was like full send hype. It was so much fun.
We all liked it better the more we watched this episode.
absolutely.
Yeah. It was super good. Go ahead.
So let's just talk about the episode in the whole as
Okay.
a whole for a second. for the sake of the conversation, I love this episode, but I still do have the issue of...
I have some issues too.
We're a quarter of the way through this season now. I know that this is only 2 episodes, but with an 8-episode season, we're a quarter of the way through, and we have had no references or continued story from the first season.
Yep.
That's a problem to me, but that might not be a problem when you look at this as a whole.
Yes.
Is what I keep reminding myself. I'm looking at this as like a lot of other TV shows where you have season 1, season 2, and you have like build up cliffhanger, then build off the cliffhanger. This is continued. It's not season 2, episode 1. It's chapter 9. It's chapter 10.
Yeah.
This is a whole thing. That being said, waiting this long for new episodes, and then you get your 2 new episodes and not having any story built off of the previous 8, for me, is an issue.
I will say that it's a small amount of building. Not none at all.
Yeah, there's some. There's definitely
Very little.
some.
Well, the beginning opening is...
They're searching for Mandalorians.
Yeah,
they
there
have
you
a
go.
couple leads of Mandalorians. We
Yeah.
have the glimpse of who we're all assuming is Boba Fett.
Because it could be worse. We could be having these, quote, side quests without the point of we're searching for Mandalorians.
I mean, like we kind of said in the last episode, the simplest thing of having a hollow conversation with Grief or Kara or something referencing last season could go a very long way for me.
Or mentioning new characters or established characters in this timeline, like I said earlier, like Leia, like whatever the case may be. Something that's like making you wonder, like, what's happening
to yourself in the universe.
What's happening right now besides what I'm seeing on
Can
screen?
give you a timestamp of where you're at.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That's my problem in the moment, and I keep trying to bring myself back and take a step back from it and think about what I'm going to think of. Because even with the simplest change of this episode, having callbacks and tie-ins to Chapter 6, which was both of our least favorite episode, now having...
No, yours was Chapter 5.
Okay,
Mine was Chapter 6.
one of our least favorite episodes. Like, it universally, I think, as a whole in the Star Wars community, Chapter 6 is one of the lower tier.
Yeah.
It does definitely have saving graces, a lot of cool moments, but this now ramps that episode up 100% for me, because it had a point that they showed this episode.
And the point I think is and then did you have something that you wanted to...
Yeah, I wanted to add on how I felt kind of the same way as you did, Justin. It felt like a bit of a filler. It does hint over the fact that they're still after Mando in the beginning, obviously, of the episode. And they're after the
get
bounty.
The child, they say.
They're after the bounty.
They're
They
pursuing the child.
established that, and he has still established the fact, just like in season 1, he's looking for where to find the rest of the Mandos and
covert.
the covert, or it's just a covert, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay,
you got it.
Yeah. So and then also he also needs to
100%.
find the child's family, or the Jedi or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So it still has those. It does hint to that, but it definitely feels to me more of a filler than it does a story.
For me,
season 1.
For me, I think that this is world building because there were rumors, and then some of the cast has been confirmed for the season, which was I always forget his name, the comedian, the comedian that was in episode 6, Bill Burr.
Oh, Bill Burr.
Bill Burr is confirmed that he's supposed to be returning.
See, I haven't heard that he's returning. You said that, but I haven't heard that one.
Yeah. So he's supposed to be returning, that we would be seeing this posse, like whatever the case may be. Besides,
whoever survived from the I almost said rebel attack, but the New Republic strike of the...
Exactly. And it's not a coincidence that we're getting so many callbacks to this episode. It would be really weird and off-putting. And one thing that I sent to you today was, I'm going to pull up the text messages because I don't even need to. Yeah, I delete your conversations too. No, the whale species in Rebels that can teleport. Parial?
The one that Ezra connects to.
Yeah, the Parala, whatever they're called. I can't remember.
They were very,
The point is when we were first introduced to them in Rebels, everyone's like,
why?
oh my gosh, what's happening? Like, why we're having some stupid, they're trying to steal gas for their ship. Same thing. Filler
Don't doubt
episode.
Dave Filoni.
And what happened? The giant hyperspace space whales come to the rescue at the very end and save.
Bye bye Thrawn. Bye bye Ezra.
My point is
Big character gone.
the tiny little minute things that might have happened in this episode will have some sort of payoff at the end. Because once again, we thought that Prisoner was a weak episode, and now we have an episode that is playing off that episode. So those two episodes together, we're getting that continuity. Yes. But my biggest complaint as of now is
Monster of the Week.
Monster of the Week. It was something that I fought against in season 1. I said, no, you're crazy. That is not what they're doing. And I said at the beginning, it's kind of getting hard to say that that's not what they're doing.
I think it's savable. I think it's 100% savable if this third episode completely stops that train and has like extreme story substance and tie-in. And I think they have to at this third episode.
Would it bother you if they showed a monster, but it's not the main focus of the show?
No, because I'll tell you why. And this is a point that I didn't even tell you earlier. If you look back at every single Star Wars movie, there's a monster for every Star Wars movie.
I'm not complaining about the monster
I'm just
part.
saying that it's a theme in Star Wars. New Hope.
I love new creatures. Like, these are like new creatures. I'm fine with that.
A New Hope, we have the Tuskens. Empire Strikes Back, we have the Wampa. Return of the Jedi, we have the Sarlacc. We go to Force Awakens, we have the Ravanax. Ravanax is from Mando. The
Rolling Death Balls.
Yeah, the Rolling Death Balls. On and on and on, right? Like, we have these monster themes in it. Anyway, I was super happy with the episode, especially watching it with you guys.
Try the spear.
It was a lot. It was a lot of fun watching it.
Episode
with more
1.
people.
Shout out.
There's always a bigger fish.
There's always a bigger fish.
I just opened the Nearest Neighbor, Florida Weiss. Extremely good, almost like a sour.
Oh, well, I will definitely have to pour myself.
Wow.
Here, pour me some.
Surprised me.
Right now, we are going to pull up our Fulcrum information. Okay, we're going back into the cantina. We're going into our booth where Han Solo sat, which is actually here, guys, if you didn't know. Yeah.
If you want
on
to
this
be able...
seat, right?
Hold on.
Because this is a guest seat, right? So
yeah.
Right.
How dare you sat where he sat?
Oh, my God.
So if you want to leave a Fulcrum message on our Cantina listening post...
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
Wow, that's amazing.
It just tickled your
It's
throat.
a Florida Weiss, but it tastes like a sour. This is, like I said, Lemon Street Brewing in Jacksonville. This one is 4.9 ABV. Classically amazing sour Florida Weiss. Wow.
Yeah, that's amazing. Anyway,
yeah.
Cantina listening post. Yes.
That is for our patrons specifically. Leave any hot take.
Yep.
If you don't have time to get it in before we record this episode, we are 100% good. Leave a hot take or review on the previous week.
Yep, exactly.
100%.
And that's exactly, we're going to get into our first one right now.
Hello, this is the Candy Comedian calling with my observations from episode 1. I know I'm a little bit late. However, 8 hours between recording and watching an episode is not always doable.
Get your priorities
therefore, I want to give my musings on episode. Scratch that.
Never mind.
Listen, Matt Lawn Paws, okay?
I need Chapter 9. First of all, I thought overall very, very fun episode. It's
definitely
amazing what they can do in an episodic format with this show and with the creative minds and the resources behind to give the effects and make it as smooth as it is.
Great sentence of nothing.
It's awesome to see like a mini movie for every episode.
That is something that was brought out last week too. Is that first episode, and the other takes are for this episode, but we do appreciate Matt bringing his opinion for the last episode too.
No, it felt like a movie level.
Yes, even this episode had movie moments, but I will say that we didn't have a grand scale type of shot like we did with the Crate Dragon and everything in the other one, but we are still getting that
movie quality.
One thing I am missing from this season so far is I feel like in season 1, every single episode had multiple shots that were poster worthy. We referred to it as the cinematic shots where you're like, oh my God, I need this on my wall. I'm still kind of waiting for that on these episodes.
You said you wanted Baby Yoda smushing his face on the.
Yes.
Oh, smushing
his face
against
on the glass.
I want that. You want it as your wallpaper.
Press play.
with that said, it also hurts when one of the episodes or chapters misses the mark, because with such a short season, 8 episodes only,
You're dying.
we really don't get a lot of time with all of the characters and the proper plot development, and any of the excess or side quest type stories really take away from what we aren't even sure is.
You muted all the mics.
I did because
He was dying.
Yeah.
The plot line yet. So I feel that there is some maybe uncertainty of the real direction that they want for the show overall.
Mm-hmm. I agree. At least off of this episode and the last episode, I feel like it's a little.
For a hot take,
Yeah,
yes.
for a hot take.
For a hot take, yes. But once again, we don't know how many seasons.
Right.
And like to your point that you made at the beginning of the episode, there will be a larger view of the show.
I feel
as
like
a whole.
it's an overall arc rather
Yeah.
than a season by season arc.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that
So
they
you're
have
wrong,
no plan for how long they want this thing to last, as opposed to maybe just telling a story and keep going as long as the
Exactly
fans
what I just
are
said.
buying it.
We don't know
Which
yet.
is fine, but it also leaves so much to speculation
Mhm.
when you have episode after episode that doesn't tie in, and you just get basically little fun, entertaining pieces, but nothing that really expands the lore or develops the characters and the plot as much as one would like. That said, I think that the Marshal is an awesome character, and the way that they teamed up, I don't see that that's going to be a one-off. I think that there's definitely room for them to circle back to that and expound on that even further, because everything ties back to Tatooine in the Star Wars universe. We all know that.
Shut up, Matt.
I do believe that the
Rambling.
Marshal, and here is my hot take, although I don't know if it's hot or not.
Yeah, it is.
Muy caliente.
After killing the Crate Dragon, the Marshal should have taken the Crate Pearl for his village and use
I
those
agree.
resources to make it
Kill
even
those
better, and then
Tuskens.
finish exterminating the Sand People.
Dirty Tuskens.
Because
That's what he said. And then his thing cut off. Apparently, there's a 3-minute cap, Matt.
I was like, keep it to under a minute
What
and a
is this,
half.
the
Yeah.
90s? Like
Yep, you can only leave 3 minutes. No, Matt said some stuff that I definitely agree with. I actually never thought of that. I like the idea of Cobb taking
Like straight up turning on the Tuskens.
just mowing them. Well, not mowing them all down, but them getting the pearl instead of the Tuskens. That would have been cool.
Gatling guns them down. Like
That meme that was posted in the Facebook group where it's the crate or it's the Tusken turning in the pearl to Pawn Stars, and he says, "I'll give you $20." It's like it's great. All right,
I would specifically like to thank Matt for keeping it under the minute and a half mark.
our next play is from Chris Machado from the FOMO Cast.
Number one supporter.
Yo, Chris from
Yeah.
Chris, I love you.
Got him.
we'll put an ear right.
Okay. The reason why we're actually dying right now is because Chris also has his own podcast, Chris at FOMO Cast. Please go and show him some love, support. Go subscribe, listen to his stuff. Him and his co-host Tim, they cover a lot of pop culture stuff, and he literally accidentally said Chris with Konkon's Cantina. That was fantastic. Chris, we love you.
and give my hot take on the second episode, chapter 10. Very excited. The comedic aspect was kind of highlighted again in this episode.
Yes.
It was a little bit of a letdown. As you could tell, it was a filler episode.
Word.
As a Catholic, I did enjoy the joke about may the Force be with you, and also with you. If you're Catholic, you get it.
Okay, so he explained this. He told me specifically is that's and also with you is a very Catholic thing, which I didn't know. But that is you know,
to me, it reminded me of somebody saying "God bless" when they don't give a crap about what they're saying, and they're just like,
true.
"Here you go."
And it is kind of weird. I love how Mando doesn't know anything about the Force in season 1.
Yeah,
and now
and
in
it's
season
like-
2, he's like, oh, by the way, may
But
the
I can-
Force be with you.
I can kind of explain it away in my head canon, like that
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like this is just like what these guys say. I don't
Yeah,
know what
exactly.
the heck it means.
Exactly.
I found it interesting that Mando does not know about the war, about against Mandalorians and the Jedi.
Don't bring that part up.
Yeah, that's... we gloss past that.
Okay.
Again, cinematically, it was phenomenal. It hit all the marks. I thought at first, I was kind of like, oh, this is going to be like a filler. But you never know. Down the road, this could play a bigger role
Exactly.
in what's going
Yeah.
on. But like I said, the
Great
comedic
point.
aspect was back.
Never
and it
gets
was a
along.
lot of fun.
He makes no great points.
And I am excited because it appears the child is learning to speak, and it's almost like
Nice.
Armando is assisting him in learning to speak because they're kind of having a conversation there at one point outside of the ship.
Exactly
Very
what
good
we
point.
talked about.
Very good
yeah.
point.
And once again, we made a prediction that Baby Yoda, the child, Baby Yodes, would say his first words.
I
this season.
Yoda.
I Yoda.
I Yoda.
Oh, man. Hey, we have a new person in the Facebook group, and he made a comment about he didn't appreciate us comparing Baby Yoda to Apple. How did
No,
we
in
even
his
get...
in his words,
How did
quote,
we- uh-huh.
crapple.
Oh, crapple. That's what it was. How did we
You
get
go,
on the
what is-
I Yoda
what is
thing?
crapple?
Yeah.
Because I think we thought of it like as an iPod,
Like a
and it was like
new-
small. It was new and small,
Yeah, I
and that was
gotcha.
like this is our small new version.
I gotcha.
I can see that.
So maybe we're going to hear him start saying words, or maybe there has been a time jump that we don't know about. But I'm hopeful for next week.
I think you're wrong
I
on
did
the
wait
time
up till
jump.
midnight West Coast time to watch this, so I was a little bit disappointed. But I'll have to watch it again just to take it all in again. But keep up the good work, and here's to 6 more episodes of Mandalorian.
Thank you, Chris, from the FOMOcast. We do very much appreciate that. I do think I'm
Chris
starting...
from Konkon's.
Oh, Chris from Konkon's...
Konfomocast.
Yes, exactly. I do think that I'm wrong on the time jump as of
Yeah.
now. It does seem like it's been very...
Listen, we have our Sam Witwer moments.
we're getting to Sam Witwer's call-in, actually.
Oh, cool.
Our next call-in is from Jonathan Coons.
Oh,
Hey
feedback.
guys, another awesome episode despite what Justin might think.
Thank you, sir.
I don't even know what he's going to say on this episode, but I can sense the negativity.
Listen, I do it for the conversation.
Love
Reads you
it.
like a book.
Love it.
Great episode, a lot of fun. I'm screaming, I'm on the edge of my seat. Spiders were insane. It was just
True.
high action from the beginning, so that was super cool.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really cool to see exactly what Baby Yoda understands.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Even from the beginning, like he runs to Mando when they make the jetpack swap. Like he's like, "Save me!" So I thought that was super cool. And then like when Mando activates the jetpack, he kind of looks up at him and he's like this guy's gonna get us.
Yes.
So and kind of smirks. So I thought that was hilarious. And then I think he understands like some of the points of like the mission. Like he understands who's important. Because like when they're
That's a really good point. I didn't think about that. Because we talk about, and Chris talk about, the conversation that happens outside the crest.
Mm-hmm.
But the point of Yoda Baby Yoda, the child, getting like,
Yeah.
bro, like we're doing something, and the thing that we're doing is like running
Yeah,
away.
like I was saying, like this is like the classic, like the kid talking to a parent and the parent dismisses it, but the kid is telling you something important that
Yeah.
you don't grasp, that they are grasping and are trying to give you the heads up on. That's a great point.
in the cave and Frog Lady leaves the ship, Baby Yoda comes
I love
out
how
and
he
he's
also
like,
calls
"Hey,
her Frog
you know,
Lady."
she's gone," and he knows that that's Mando needs to know that. So I thought that was kind of cool to see, what he understands. Also, I think the more we watch the show, we're finally understanding what the purpose of Mandalorian is, dating back to season 1.
Mandalore the Great.
And it's simply that we're enjoying watching the culinary travels and quest of Baby Yoda as he's on the search for the most delicious and rare delicacies of the galaxy, and will stop at nothing to eat whatever he can. So that's just a funny.
Dang it! You know what?
Uh-oh.
Oh God, I'm sorry. Google Voice, like when your screen goes dark. Okay, continue.
Funny little subplot they got going on that
You mean the
provides some
Cantina
humor
listening
to the
post?
show. So overall, awesome show episode, and excited to see what happens when they finally get to where they need to go.
Thank you, Jonathan, for that.
You never got back to me about that job,
These
Jonathan.
hot takes are cool.
Once again, it's amazing that we're having multiple people bring
Yeah.
out the interactions with Baby Yoda and Mandalorian, and more people giving credence to, we're hoping that he's saying full, complete sentences, saying
Yeah.
words, whatever the case may be.
I hope they do it by the end of the season.
Yeah, for sure. Guys, thank you once again for your hot takes.
There's another one.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh. Is this Sam? What is happening?
I hate you for this.
Hello, Cantina. This is Travis.
Justin.
I'm just calling to give you guys my hot take on Chapter 10 of The Mandalorian.
We don't have all the time in the world, and this is what we're doing right now.
I really enjoyed the cameo appearances.
So many pauses.
Richard
Finish his
Hey.
sentence.
Ayoade as Zero was awesome.
You drinking and driving?
And Sam Witwer.
Justin Long pause over here. Hang on. Listeners might be thinking we're just like laughing at one of our Patreon members. No, guys, this is Justin. He called the number and left me a message himself. Okay, like
Was not in this episode at all, but he will be missed sorely. Can't really pick who's going to be in each episode.
I'm over it, bro. I'm over it, dude.
What's that old TV show where the kid with the asthma, he's like, and...
Oh, dude, what is that? Okay, anyway, that's a whole nother thing.
Oh, I'm crying.
Now is a perfect time. Okay,
Malcolm in the Middle.
We yes, it is Malcolm in the Middle. Stevie, thank you.
Stevie, yeah.
We are an hour and 26 minutes in. We need to get to this special segment, which is our trivia, and we'll wrap it up. We'll save the embarrassing stories for next week. So let's do.
Do you just want to do this for fun or for points?
Points. What am I? I don't wake up every day to
Do
not
we
be
have multiple
competitive.
choice questions or lifelines?
I've created full-on Jeopardy. So.
Listen, I wake up every
All
day
right.
and I piss excellence. So come on.
All right, then.
All right, let's do this.
Okay. Let me get a point system going.
Yo, hurry up.
Okay, so this is full-on Jeopardy. So,
Okay, we don't need the point system if it's going to take a whole thing.
No.
It's going to take a whole
So,
thing.
okay, the rules of Jeopardy.
Yes.
If you get it wrong, you get negative points.
Yes,
It's going to
true.
take a long time.
Just do 1 point.
We're doing one? Okay, so we'll take
That'll
one.
just make it easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, these are the 4 categories.
Okay.
Category number 1, cartoons aren't for kids. This is animated knowledge.
Uh-huh.
Category 2, fleet battles.
So, wait, do you have, like, a buzzer to buzz in?
You're going to say Connor?
That's
Because
not
I
even
do.
fair.
Because I do.
No, you will say... Okay, that's very loud.
Yeah, rip.
Say Connor, say Roberto.
Okay, gotcha.
And then whoever says it first, I will be the judge.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, you've only let me got through one category.
Dude, we know how Jeopardy works.
You need to know the categories, you dingus.
Okay,
You
let's
obviously don't know the category. How Jeopardy works.
What is Star Wars for 500?
Cartoons aren't for kids. Category 1.
Okay.
Category 2, fleet battles.
Oh, no.
This is commander and ship knowledge.
Oh,
Okay.
that is hard.
Yeah, that sounds hard. That's what
Category
she said.
3, family ties. This is
Okay.
all Skywalker saga knowledge. And category 4,
Uh-huh.
holocron knowledge.
Canon or non-canon? This is
Yeah,
strictly
exactly.
Canon.
Canon? Okay.
Okay.
Gotta clarify it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Roberto? Is it Roberto or Robert? I don't...
It's Roberto on the birth certificate.
Roberto.
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 So
You can
white.
pick the first category. And you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 1,000. Like for your points.
I'm going to do the 200
200.
for the anime one. I forgot what
200 and cartoons aren't for kids. This is the year Genndy Tartakovsky's Clone Wars 25-episode series premiered on Cartoon Network. Say your name for your buzz.
Connor.
Connor?
What is 2011?
That's negative 200.
Dang it.
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Connor has negative 200. You can still get this.
It's a blind guess for the
This
points.
is the year that Genndy Tartakovsky's Clone Wars 25-episode series premiered on Cartoon Network.
Remember, it's not 2012.
You're tricking me.
Dude, just pick a number.
Right.
We're not getting
What
multiple
is
choice.
2005?
Wow, you were very close, but you both have negative 200.
Okay.
It's 2003.
Wow, I was much
Dang, it's
closer.
that
I should
early?
get points for that.
Yeah.
I knew it was early. It
Man,
wasn't in the...
You know what? It's so weird when people... Anyway,
And then
go to the
let's
next one.
go next.
Okay.
Roberto.
Okay.
Número dos.
I'm going to do the, again, anime for
Four?
400? Yeah.
Okay.
Twos. Yeah.
It's this about Kanan that allows the Inquisitor to identify who his former master was.
Connor.
Connor?
What is his fighting style?
Correct. That's,
Oh,
that's plus
Brain
200 for Connor.
Well done.
Thank you.
Excellence
Thank
of
you, sir.
piss.
Connor to you.
Excellence of this. Let's just round it out. What is animated series for 600, Justin?
This botched clone gave his life to help Domino Squad stop a separatist invasion on Camino. This botched clone gave his life to help Domino Squad stop a separatist invasion on Camino.
I know who it is.
Connor.
Go ahead, sir.
What is 99?
Correct, sir.
Yes.
You have 800 points.
I'm losing this.
Jay Breezy, I'm going to go for rounding out what is the animated series for the last amount of points.
Okay, well, there's another one after that.
Oh, okay.
But for 800 or for 1,000, which do you want to go for?
Dude, if we're doing this whole thing, this is going to take a long time.
All right. We can see. So far, you're winning.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
800, 800.
800, and I'm in the negative 200s.
This quote-unquote enemy helped Boba Fett attempt to kill Mace Windu.
That's very vague.
Connor.
What
does Aurora sing?
Correct,
Dang
sir.
it, you're right. And I'm drawing blanks.
You're
I don't
at
do
1,000.
great on pressure at all.
Listen. I wake up every day. I piss excellence.
You only have gotten one category.
It is true. Okay.
Dude, the last one of the
What's the
Fleet battles, family ties, holocron knowledge.
family ties for 200?
Okay.
Jay Breezy.
Luke and Biggs fly these through Beggar's Canyon.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Do I get points for partial? Partial.
Get close enough. Well,
What is? Oh, Connor.
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah.
What is my TC?
Oh, no.
No.
Your first letter is right.
Yeah, T. Oh man, I used to fly Baker's Canyon, swap back home. What is? Oh my gosh! It's because you're asking it to me.
I know.
In a question under pressure.
Yeah, I know it. You're right where you started, but
TC 600.
Oh, you're so close. You're so close.
my gosh.
Do you want to know it?
Yeah.
T16.
T16 back. I used to swap rats T16 back home. All right, so what I get? Minus 200.
Minus 200.
All right,
over your-
Roberto.
Oh, he already
Go ahead.
answered it. So, do I get the points out?
No.
No, I get
You
minus.
Pick your category.
I'm gonna do the next same category.
Same category. Family ties for 400. Master Qui-Gon tests Anakin's blood and discovers he has over this many midichlorians.
Ooh.
Boom, 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 boom.
So we have to have the exact number.
Can we get?
Oh,
the
oh,
closest?
Connor.
Okay.
What is 20,000?
Correct, sir.
Dang it.
Let's go.
I am
shout
doing
outs to
terrible.
Trent Wells, because when we play Warzone, all we do is quote the Phantom Menace.
Dang it.
Over 20,000.
man.
Even Master Yoda doesn't have that many.
have that many.
Let's go.
Okay. And now Connor.
Family ties 600, Jay
Family
Breezy.
ties 600.
I'm sorry, guys.
This is the Emperor's forename.
What?
Connor,
Okay.
what is Sheev Palpatine?
Correct,
I didn't
sir.
even hear that first part.
What
of
is the Emperor's forename?
Yeah, it is. He's got it
Sheev.
right.
Okay. Connor.
Yes. Family ties for
Shiv.
800.
Shiv.
This is the name of the pod race that Anakin races
Connor.
in The Phantom Menace.
What is Bunta Eve?
2 out of 3 words are correct. There's a very classic word at the end.
What?
There's a very classic word at the end.
Bunta Eve Classic?
There. Yes.
Are you serious? That's not even. You know, I would have whatever.
It's a very classic word.
Biggest hit in the world. The answer.
All right, what is...
Roberto. I'm giving one for Roberto.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Fleet battles for 200.
Oh goodness, I know I'm going to do terrible with this.
Corellian corvettes were a workhorse in the rebellion. This one in particular was seen in the final moments of Rogue One, as well as the opening of A New Hope.
That's not a question.
Yes, it is. This Corellian corvette was seen in the final moments of Rogue One, as well
That's
as...
a hard question.
It's not. It's Princess
Connor?
Leia's ship.
Connor? What? Well...
The most famous Corellian
Yeah, it's the
corvette.
most famous one. It's the one.
I'll let him. The phrasing was off.
It was a long one. I wrote these myself.
Yeah.
What is attentive for?
Yes!
What
There
I
you
thought
go.
you meant was...
Shut up, it's not for you.
Call up a hammerhead Corvette.
It's a trap. Sorry.
Where would you like to go?
Let's do the fleet battles for next.
Fleet battles for 400. This is the name of Darth Vader's flagship, one of the 13 Super Star Destroyers.
Ooh. I know this one. I'm just going to let you suffer.
I hate you right now. Go ahead and just answer it.
Dude,
Dude, I'm drawing. Oh my god.
Now that I say that, I forgot it already.
Are you serious?
It's funny because when I started Twitch
It's a
streaming...
lot of talking, that's not an answer.
Yeah, I know. Hang on. Give me a second.
That's not how Jeopardy works.
We'll start doing the... Hang on. It's not the Devastator. I know for a fact it's not the Devastator. I'm not going to remember it. I literally have it on my computer. All right, just tell us.
The Executor.
Yeah. I literally have
They're
a
never
Twitch
gonna
panel
invite me.
that says, welcome aboard the Executor. Anyway,
Okay.
yeah.
Roberto. Uno más, sir.
Dang it, man. I had it in my head.
Which one have we not done?
You have not
Keep doing fleet battles.
done- You want to go?
Just
let's-
go with fleet battles. Yeah.
Fleet battles for 600. What? Daily double.
Oh, no.
This is worth double points. This 600 point is now worth 1,200 points.
Whoa.
Locking these will put your X-Wing into combat mode. Roberto.
Locking S foils.
Oh, man, and it's a tied game.
No, it's not.
Oh my god! Did you even keep track of really how many
No.
points we have?
All right, next question.
I'm definitely out of the negatives at
Okay.
least.
Yeah, you are.
You know what? We're going to clear out the 1,000-point questions. This is
Okay,
how we're
okay.
going to decide this.
Okay.
Holocron knowledge for 1,000.
Ooh.
The Jedi Council is made up of this many members.
Ooh, that's a good... man.
Roberto. What is 12?
Correct, sir.
It was 12 or 10.
That's 2,600 points for Roberto.
It was 12 or 10.
Well, you got nothing because you answered.
Listen, just read the next question, Jay Breezy.
Okay, you can pick family ties, fleet battles.
I'm gonna do
Family
holocrons.
ties. Oh, yeah, he gets the
Family
sorry.
ties, fleet battles, or cartoons aren't for kids are all
Holocrons.
available.
Holocron knowledge.
You just did that one.
It's
I just said family ties, fleet battles.
It's
or-
only one option for holocron. Oh, we're closing it off.
the
Yes, we're
1,000.
closing it up.
Okay, let's do the not cartoon.
Cartoon. Okay, this is the Mandalorian who created the Darksaber.
Oh, I forgot his
Connor.
name.
What is Tar Vizsla?
Yep.
Correct, sir.
Well done.
Wow, tie game again.
That's beautiful.
Weird how that works out.
It's weird. It's like Sam Witwer created this Jeopardy.
All right, fleet battles or family ties for 1,000.
Family
sir.
ties.
Family ties for 1,000. This line is in every Star Wars movie ever.
Roberto. What is? I have a bad feeling about this.
Correct, sir. He's ahead by 1,000. It's weird.
Except for Solo.
No,
I was
it's in every single Star Wars movie. Canonically, 100%, every Star Wars movie has that line.
Good.
Fleet battles for 1,000 for the win or tie.
Wait,
Don't worry, I have tiebreakers.
Okay.
Fleet battles for 1,000. This arachnid-looking admiral was killed by Anakin during the Battle of Anaxis.
Roberto. Admiral Pike.
Incorrect.
Dang it.
Negative 1,000.
Where are you going? I have more than 1,000 points.
No, but that's 1,000 points, and you got it wrong.
Yeah,
so
but
you
I got two
nega-
1,000 points,
But that
right?
takes 1,000 off of your points, so you
Yeah,
have.
but
Repeat the
1,700
question.
again. This arachnid-looking admiral
Clone Wars.
was killed
Yeah.
by Anakin during the Battle of Anaxis.
I don't remember his name. There's no way I'll remember his name. This is
He
the guy
knows
that
he knows who he's talking about.
I
It's
know
not-
exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know his name.
Admiral Trench.
Yeah, I would have never. And you know what? It's sad
That's a
because
1,000-point question.
we covered
Where did I
that
get
too.
Pike from?
Admiral Pike, isn't that Star Trek.
Don't say that.
Wow.
No, that's Picard. I was just trolling.
Well,
Okay.
this was 3 hours of my life.
Read
making
one more
this.
question. I know we got one more question. Let's do one more question.
Because we're both in a negative, so.
No, I didn't answer that question.
You got it wrong.
Holocron knowledge for 400.
Uh-huh.
The number of forms of lightsaber combat, not
Connor.
including Vapod,
Connor.
which was developed by Mace Windu.
Connor.
Okay.
7.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of people. Well, 7 is a variation.
I didn't.
Of
I purposely
Vapad.
said to not include Vapod.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, one more, and then we got to wrap this bad boy up. And we'll create more questions. I'm just gonna send you with that book I have.
Yeah.
I have a
Fleet battles for 800. This is the name of General Grievous's flagship.
Ooh, I have no idea.
You'll know it the second you hear it. It's one of those stupid.
Yeah, I know
Like
it
they
the second
say
I hear every answer.
Is it said in a movie? Is
It's said
It's in the show.
in Clone
all
Wars?
of- yeah.
It's said in Clone Wars.
Malevolence.
Yes.
Malevolence. Dang it. Oh, I should have known because of Galaxy Heroes. It's in the dang mobile game.
Yes, it is.
Darth Plagueis the Wise learned everything from this Dark Lord.
Connor,
who was
Darth
who he
Tenebrous.
inevitably.
Why did you even bother? He's gonna hear.
Yeah, this Darth
You said
Tenebrous,
Darth
bro.
Plagueis. He says Connor.
Yeah,
The
I
apprentice.
knew exactly where he was going.
The apprentice of Darth Bane, who initiates
Connor,
the rule
Darth
of two.
Zana.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're fast.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
It is, unfortunately. You know, it is what
I think
it
that's
is.
most of my questions.
Guys,
Connor, you are very good at high pressure Jeopardy.
listen.
I must admit.
He can't. Well, to be fair, me and Justin are on the same wavelength.
Well,
like
that's-
9 out of 10 times.
I
with
tried to think
Yeah.
of questions that would be challenging but also easy under
the
pressure.
fleet battle stuff was hard, and you like fleet battle stuff, and I need
kept it
to.
simple.
I need to get with that.
I think.
I don't think I would have gotten the
think I would
malevolence.
say-
I think I would have gotten like the second somebody said malevolence, I would have been like,
That's
"Oh,
exactly how I
yes."
felt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was really, really good form of Star Wars trivia, because a lot of the stuff is like multiple choice. Like I said, I'm literally going to send you with that book, and we're going to keep doing that. You take that book, and we'll come up with
Yeah,
some
it was
stuff.
fun. It was definitely fun.
Guys.
Oh, before we close it,
Yes.
can we mention what I brought?
Duncan McLeod.
Oh my gosh!
sorry.
How did we not? Okay, guys, Justin, please grab it from the shelf. As stated in the studio update number 3, we are going to be.
Don't drop it as priceless.
We will be adding things to the shelf from our guests. This amazing Popco figure, Pop Funk, right?
Yeah.
Pop Funk figure.
Funko Pop. Whatever.
Funko Pop number 380, The Mandalorian, on Amazon, because me and Justin already secured ours, so we're going to tell you that you can go and order this. Dude, and
10-inch tall.
10-inch. Bring out the regular size because you have a regular size character there.
oh yeah. So Watto, well
Watto.
actually this is going to be really small compared Giggity.
I mean the box itself.
Yeah, even
Like,
the box is really small.
That's a
Huge-
regular Funko
10
Pop to
inches.
this.
Huge figure. And so Roberto, I'm going to tell you, because we have already bought our own.
Mm-hmm.
When we get ours in,
not happening.
I'll give it back to you.
No, I don't
Nah,
trust you.
it's going home.
Nope,
Give it
nope,
back to you.
nope,
Please put
nope,
it back on the
nope.
shelf.
I know where you live. I live 2 minutes from you.
It is here
So-
forever.
Even if you just
Consider this one of the frog lady's eggs that Baby Yoda ate.
yeah, and
You won't recognize it if it's gone.
Okay.
I'll
Guys,
recognize the empty box.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you,
on
Timothy
this
Zahn.
episode.
Thank you, Sam Whitwer.
Yes. Shout out
Thank
to
you,
Sam Whitwer.
James
Shout out.
Lucino. Thank you,
John Cena. He
John
showed up.
John Cena.
Guys, I was your boy. It's Konkon. And of course, sitting across from me, the PR man
Travis.
himself. And
Roberto at
And we
Roberto
will
Carmona 1.
see you next time.